Hello guys, here's another video talking about laptops. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 things you should know that's going to make your purchasing decision for a laptop very quick. Now, before I continue, this video is specifically for those that just need basic laptop, a basic laptop that can get you through the day, surfing the web, watching videos, doing assignments, basic stuff really, nothing big like content creation, though you could actually, but nothing big for video editors, content creators, and whatnot. However, I'm sure the system can still allow you to do basic stuff. Now, it's also important to state that when I refer or when I ask people to buy a certain type of system, I often have something in mind, and that thing is that you're going to be using the system for the next 3 to 5 years, depending on how recent or how old the system is. Now, without further ado, let's get on to it. Now, the first thing you want to take note of is the processor. Make sure your processor is at least saying 4 cores anywhere in its specification description. Make sure that 4 cores is stated right there. All processors have something called cores. Now, what this simply means is the amount of activity is able to carry simultaneously at the same time. So think about it this way. I want to make a Zoom call. Most likely a core is handling that. I'm handling some Excel sheet on the other side. Most likely another core is handling that. Now, it's also possible for one core to handle all your activity, but definitely you know that spreading the activities could make the work happen much easier on the system. Needless to say, make sure that your laptop has multiple cores when you're making your choice or when you're making your pick. There's also the speed, which is 2 point something, 3 point something, 4 point something, 1.1 point something gigahertz, GHz. You would always find it there. Now, to make sure you have the right system, the lower the speed in gigahertz, the more amount of cores you would like. Now, if you have a 3 point something gigahertz, you would love a 4-core system. If you have a 1 point something gigahertz, you would prefer an 8-core system. Does that make sense? Good. The next thing I want to talk about is the RAM. Now, I'm not going to say too much about the RAM. All I'm going to say is this is a temporary bucket where your system dumps things for easy access while your system is on. The larger your RAM, the larger the imaginary bucket we talk about, and the larger the size of space your system has available to pull and push things into. Now, to cut this long story short, make sure your RAM is not lower than 8 gig. Whatever you do, make sure it's not lower than 8 gigs of RAM. The next thing I want to talk about is your hard drive. Make sure anywhere in the description where it says the hard drive, make sure it's written as SSD, which is solid state drive. You want to really make sure it is not HDD, which is hard disk drive. Those kind of drives, these are usually slower versions of hard drives we used to use in the past. Really old. To learn more about the HDD and the SSD, please Google it. Just know that the SSD is way faster, has higher transfer speeds, and enhances the general performance of your laptop, including its battery efficiency. Talking about battery efficiency, that takes me to the next item on my list, which is the battery life. If it states the amount of hours that your laptop can last for, then please do with something that really gives you good amount of time, especially if you know you're going to spend a lot of time being mobile. Now, the last thing on my list, which is something anybody could overlook, is a webcam. I know you'll be saying, who in heaven's name would create a laptop in this time and age without a webcam? I can guarantee you this still happens. Just make sure your laptop has a webcam and it has a decent one, because you're going to be doing Zoom calls, team calls, whatever calls, and you need a webcam for people to see your smiley face. Meanwhile, it's very important, I should have stated this in the beginning of the video, but it's very important to know that you could buy a system that is slightly older. When I say slightly older, I'm talking about 2 or 3 generations older. These systems would usually still perform very well. Take note. Now, that's it, folks. Hope this video helps you speed up your decision-making process when picking up a laptop very soon. Now, till next time, don't forget, subscribe if you haven't, share the video if you find any part of it useful and you know someone might need it, and hit the bell icon just so that you know when a new video is coming up. Thank you guys. See ya.